I want you to imagine that today is a particular point in time. That's pretty easy to do, right? And this line represents today, right? That's today. And today you're a business owner and you're looking forward and you're looking out and you're saying, these are the possibilities that I have today for my particular business. And in 6 months or a year or 2 years or 3 years, I'd like to be, a different place, right? So this is your starting point right here. We're all in this particular place. One of the things I like about this particular presentation is it doesn't matter how successful you are or where you're at today. It's all the same for everybody, right? We all have to sit here today in our shoes and imagine what tomorrow might be like. All right, so then let's draw another line at the top, and we'll call this the future line, right? For simplicity, I'm just going to say this is 2 years in advance, right? Now, as you look at your position today, and you imagine the possibilities, there's a tendency that it gets a little bigger. We don't know exactly how it's going to work, but the view is sort of like a flashlight, right? It sort of looks like this. Can everybody see that back there? Okay, right? So you're looking out and you're seeing this particular deal, right? And this is it. And these two lines here are really governed by the stuff that sits between your two ears, right? It's your thoughts, it's your beliefs, it's your education, it's your biases, it's all of those kinds of things. We all have them, right? And so our view might be a little different than the next person's, but we all have one and it's all got its limits, right? So these are our limits, right? That's what these two lines represent. Okay. So what's really amazing about this is that if you were to sit there and say, okay, listen, fast forward 2 years from now, right? And now I'm in the same position 2 years from now, that single point in time, but I'm looking back, right? I'm looking back 2 years. And what you'll find is that you have that same view, right? It's the same flashlight view, okay? And again, this is limited by what you know then, right? But guess what? You know a little bit more then than you did here. And the two triangles that we really focus on are right here, right? Because those are the possibilities, those are the things that you didn't know existed on day one when you started right here. So these are possibilities and opportunities, but they were hidden. Like we talked about hidden referrals or hidden opportunities here at BNI. These are hidden things. You don't know that they exist, right? 2 years from now, this is all the stuff that, has anybody ever here said that, I wish I knew then what I know now, right? Have we ever done that? Like on a routine basis? Yeah. So these are the hidden opportunities and possibilities. So when it comes to figuring out what it is that you want to do and how you're going to get there, right? The faster you can figure this out, the better, right? Because if you knew that at the beginning, right, if you knew that here, then your base would be a lot wider, right? And your view would track the same. I'm just going to put a little gap there, right? Same diagonal, same, what do we call that? Degree, right? Same degree of deal. But you're starting from a wider base so that your results get a lot bigger. And this up here, this would be, if you're a business owner, those would be the results. As business owners have a tendency to track results based on the money that they make, right? And so under the original model, yes, 5 minutes, thank you. Under the original model, we anticipate we're going to make this much, right? But under the new model, right, if we could figure this stuff out, right, then the opportunity, people say, how do you get twice double revenue, right? This is it, right? The opportunity looks like that, right? It's just much bigger, right? So the question is, what do I do? How do I uncover this stuff first? And if you could uncover this stuff, then you could apply this model. You could get to that particular place. So where do you learn new things? Where do you learn stuff that you don't know today? Make this interactive. Raise your hand. Somebody tell me something.
Books.
Books.
Trainings.
Training.
Internet.
John.
Webinars.
All of those. All of the above. What's it take for you to do to make sure you get that stuff?
Action.
Dedication.
Time. You have to allocate some time. If you don't set some time up to figure it out, it's not going to happen, right? So when you think about a webinar or training and coaching, what I do is I provide specific information values, right? I'll target in on where you're really trying to go. I'm going to focus in on business. I'm going to give you that kind of guidance. I do webinars, I do training, I do all that kind of stuff, right? But I'm going to give you that when you need it, at the time that you need it, so that we expand this possibility. These discussions right here that you have with me, or that you pick up from learning in a webinar, are all designed to uncover those particular possibilities, uncover those opportunities, and get you to this particular point a heck of a lot faster. When you allocate time, and this is the most important thing, right? You all have habits, you all have behaviors that you exist with and you operate with today. It's the way you get up, have coffee, go to the gym, all of those kinds of things. You have to look at what you've got going on today and say, hey, listen, how can I fit this time in here, right? Is this right here, is that worth making an investment of time?
Yes.
Right? That's big. That's giant. Not a little bit. It's worth investing some money even, right? Buy the books, buy the seminar, buy the training, buy some coaching, do whatever, that kind of stuff. I want you to understand what you're getting, right? And it's not going to happen instantly, but over time, this math becomes gigantic, right? And so spending some time and some energy figuring this stuff out, right? With somebody that knows how to help you, how to guide you, or again, the internet, books, etc., has tremendous, tremendous results. And that's how you that's how you can accomplish things you've never thought about before. That's what we talked about. I talk about achieving uncommon results, right? Uncommon for you, right? Because today you're limited. Today you're in this particular space, right? This is uncommon. It's not anything that you've done before.